Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, 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 everybody. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Welcome to Nunhead American Radio. No, welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked, or whatever your name is, or maybe it's Maltese Phil Uncooked, or Rocket League is here. Rocket League is here. Good to see you. Rocket League, Gnome Hunter, MC Scott. Here, welcome to the show. This is show 204th day. This is not 204 straight days. We skipped a couple of days and then another couple of days. But I'm back. Back in the New York groove. I think that's the song. Is that the song? Do we know the song? I'm back. A funny thing happened yesterday. We didn't do a late show yesterday, and we're probably not going to do a late show today, but we will get back to doing late shows. I promise you, we're going to get back to... Is the hair too long? Is that too long? Could be too long. I cut my hair. So I cut it here. I should cut it for you people so that you can see what I'm doing, so you don't have to go to the barber. We can put the barbers out of business. They come from other countries too, so it's like they can go back to their home country if they want to. If they don't want to. I mean, I don't know who's being a barber. Darklands is here. Beautiful Darklands. Mr. Cuff. Thank you for saying that. You can hear me. You can see me. Live chat. Is the live chat on? I think it's on. What is the question? What is the question you're asking? Alan Williams is here. Alan Williams is here. And then I'll show you what I found on the street. I'll show you what I found on the street. Because I went out for a walk. I had to drop something off for my shop. We can talk about my shop, which is amazing. We can talk about your shop. You're saying, do you guys have a Vinted shop? You know, we're in wartime now, so you got to sell all your stuff. Because when it actually breaks out, which it will break out, look what's happening in Iran. Do you think they're open for business? They're not open for business. It's going to take a while to get back to it. Or like, who knows what's happening in Venezuela? Is there revolution in the streets of Venezuela? Hello, Jedster. Hello, Team Schaefer. That's what you guys are. I hope you are. Depending on the freak, they might get it from a cow or a horse. Gnome Hunter is talking to John Miller. What did John Miller say? I missed that. Anyway, I'll tell you what happened. What happened is I get a call yesterday from a friend of mine. I don't know if I should mention her name. Not that I have friends with women. I have no friends with women. I think she's a friend. Maybe she's a friend. She's a friend. She's a friend. And she says, hey, come to the comedians party. I wasn't invited to the comedians party this year. I could be on like a blacklist without even knowing it. Lots of people don't like me now because I've gone full on racist, misogynist, homophobic, turf, whatever I've gone. Okay. Or that they're perceived to have gone, that they don't want me at their party. Anyway, I'm going to it's not a problem for me. I'm not saying they want me at the party, but I go into London to meet my friend and then to go to this party with my friend. And it was great to see her. And we go to the party. We walk into the party. It was at a club, like a theater club, which I have actually performed at and worked at. I'm not going to say where it is, Phoenix Club. I'm not going to say where it is. We walk in. We walk into the club. Okay? We walk into the club, and there was only a few people there, like maybe 20 or 30 people there. Usually, it might have 100 or 200 or whatever. It could have a lot of people. It could be packed. And I'm looking for people that I know, or people that I at least recognize, because these are famous comedians you've never heard of. They're comedians who are working in what they call the circuit. And I didn't recognize anybody. And she asked, because she's ballsy, she says, hey, is this the comedians party? And the few people that were there gave a look like, no, this is not the comedians party. And they start laughing. she went and she checked the email that she was sent. The comedians party is tonight, Tuesday. We had gone early, and I thought this was, I mean, it was humorous. It made me happy because it's usually the kind of thing that I do, that I mess up this way. Do you guys mess up this way? That's the way I would mess up. I'd show up a day early, a day late. There'd be nobody, nobody, the thing. So I I thought it was pretty funny. It was funny that the comedians were having a party tomorrow and we had come early and it wasn't my fault. Judels is laughing at that. It was not my fault. Trump's speech today reminded me of you, Lewis, a chaotic masterpiece. Yeah, and you got to give Trump credit. I mean, of course, he's the president, so they have to listen to him. And he's speaking to members of his own party, so they have to listen. They don't have to, but they better listen to him. They better. They have to. They better listen to him. And I thought it reminded me of me too. I'm hearing more and more of the New York in Donald Trump. The New York, you can see he hasn't been a politician his entire life. He's been talking to people. He's a salesman. He's a salesman from New York, which is what I was for a little bit. And July 4th this year is the USA's 250th birthday. That's true. Did he mention the birthday? I don't know if he mentioned July 4th this year. I went to the 200th anniversary on July 4th, 1975. I went there. That was it wasn't. I went to the demonstration. There was a demonstration then, and it was because I was into demonstrating against America. I mean, it didn't seem like it was against America at the time, but looking back, you could see what kind of people that there will be a demonstration again, like no king's demonstration, like this horrible people. So I probably am going tonight. I'm going tonight. Okay. I hope they don't call me and say don't come. I don't know if my friend is gonna go tonight, but I am going to go tonight. So you're gonna have to live without me. Let's enjoy this stream as much as we can. As much as we can. Okay. So, but thank you, Phil, Maltese Phil. It's the 250th anniversary of America. That's a really long time. I know it's not like the Magna Carta being founded or the Russians invading or whatever happened in not the Russians, the Romans invading, whatever happened here. But it's still a long time. It's still a really long time. So that was quite funny in my day. The other thing that I found very interesting, I've had a very long discussion about what I said yesterday, how some people got really upset at what I said, because I said and obviously I didn't say it clearly enough. But just because a man has sex with a woman who's pretending to be a man, a fake woman, or pretend woman, a trans woman, whatever you call them. What do we call them? Let's call them trans. They're not trans. You can't trans into a woman. But why are more and more men, finding trans women attractive? Why? Why? Are they gay? And why are women so insistent on calling them gay? Okay, why are you so insistent on calling these men gay? Are you trying to shame them by calling them gay? That's not very nice, number one. Okay, that's not number one. Okay. Maltese Phil is going to America for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. I saw that in a theater in New York, Star Wars, at the theater on 57th Street. And 2nd Avenue, could be called the Sutton Theater. That's a memory. Okay. And And I said, so I know the answer. Why are women calling these men gay? And if you're gay, why would you want to be with a man who's dressed up as a woman? Wouldn't you want to be dressed up? Wouldn't you want to be with a man, an all manly man? The definition of gay is a man attracted to another man. That is not difficult. Exactly. That's my point. That's the answer right there. He's not attracted to a man. He's attracted to femininity, which is a female characteristic. That man that he's attracted to is not being very manly. I am manly, more manly than I've ever been. But I'm not super manly because I'll shave, and shaving is getting rid of your secondary sexual characteristics. It's a very feminine thing. That's why old men and old women look alike, because I don't know, maybe it's not just that. So he's not attracted to some men might be gay, but a lot of these men are looking for. Paul Yoward is here. He forgot. Oh, I sent a message on YouTube, on Twitter, and I sent a message on YouTube. Okay. And I should have put something on the Discord, which I didn't do. But this is, and I'll tell you why I think this really upsets you, Joodles. Okay? I know this is exactly the true argument, Lewis. They're always trying to redefine gay and lesbian, and it's abhorrent. There are many men who dress up as women, okay, who are probably perverts and creeps. Okay, but I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about your average man, like me. Like I've seen guys who basically pass themselves off as women. Now I know that they're men, but the quality that they have is very attractive. Okay, is very attractive to me. Okay, is very attractive. There isn't much femininity in trans women. Very camp, with a C, and it is still gay. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a guy. Let's just say it's me, who sees a guy dressed up as a girl, right? And I find some of it very, very, very attractive. Not all of it, but some of it. Does that make me gay? And I say, maybe, but maybe not. I once posited that Elizabethans, this is Paul, in doublet and hose shape, was to appeal to a female court. I didn't know, but one present was a reenactor. And he went ballistic. He played in a band called Yorkwaits. I don't know what you're getting at there. Well, then you're bi. You're bi. Stop trying to redefine words, for F's sake. Gay is gay. No, what am I attracted to? I'm not attracted to the manliness of the man. I'm attracted to the femaleness of the man. And I'm not, maybe I am gay. I'm 17% gay. And Darkland says it's also the temptation of exploring the unknown. That's also possible too. But why, Joodles, are you insistent that saying they're gay? Because they've fallen. The truth is that, and this is what I was thinking about, and I've been accused of being, what was I accused of being? Of rage baiting, of just trying to get people upset. Why are you upset? Why are women so upset with this? Why do women have to shame men? Because women have dropped the ball on being feminine. And men like feminine, and they want to go out with a girl. They want to hang out. They like feminine energy. And women have less and less feminine energy. Okay, Lewis, spill the beans. What have you done? I'm not going to say. What gods on earth have you consumed? What on God's earth have you consumed today? You either like men or you don't. And my point is that is not true. People are more and more flexible, but I'm saying this. I'm saying, what is a man? What is a man who is a man doing going out with another man who's dressed up as a girl? Okay? And I say it's not because he's gay, it's because he likes the girl vibe. I like girl vibes. That's why it's always shocking when people say to me, "Oh, Lewis, you're a misogynist. You don't like women." I like girl vibes. And there's less and less girl vibes today out there because women, they want to be boss ladies. They want to be know-it-alls. Okay? What are you trying to tell us? That you had a crying game experience? No, I have never had a crying game experience. But I know men who have dressed up as women. They have not fooled me, but I found them very alluring, attractive, and fun to be with because of that female vibe. That's what it is. You love a pork sword, said Julia. Don't deny it. Okay, well, maybe I do, but I have not had an opportunity in a while. Now, Joodles is telling us that there's a certain name for this, which is what the feminists do. They just want to belittle people. It's belittling. Now, Joodles will say she's not a feminist, but that's what it is. It's saying you're gay. It's saying to a man, you are gay. I'm upset because troons are attempting to redefine not only words, but all of society to accommodate them. And so many women and children are suffering because of it. Join the bandwagon if you like. That's not what I'm on about. I'm against everything. I'm against men being allowed in women's bathrooms. I'm against men pretending that they're women. I'm against men forcing us to call them women. I'm against all that stuff. But why are some men? This is my question. It's a subset of the question. I've tried to explain what a gamp is. He thinks it's trying to shame these fetishists. No, it's not. It's not. And all people are fetishists. All people do things that are slightly weird. That's what good. Hello, Chartel. That's what good social interactions are. It's like maybe we shouldn't be doing this. That's what sex is. Maybe we shouldn't be doing it. Equally, men have become less stereotypical manly. Like women may have become stereotypical less conventionally female. Yes, exactly right, Darklins. Is that men don't feel comfortable going up to women because of how ballsy and boss lady women are. But they will go up to a guy just for a breeze, just for a bit of Chanel No. 5, just for a bit of femininity. But in his head, it's his perception of what a woman is. Play acting is not feminine play acting. That's true. But I'm talking about what's going on in a guy's head who is a man's man. And next thing you know, he's got a girlfriend or he's having sex with a guy who dresses like a woman. And I've come up with the answer. And I think my answer is brilliant. And you could fight against this answer. And the reason why a lot of women don't want to hear this answer is because there is no love in this world anymore. Remember, you know that song? The Buzzcocks. Oh my God, what a great song. There is no love in, I believe in the shape of things to come, and I believe I'm not the only one, and I believe in. There is a gender, says Paul Yoward, my friend, there is a gender neutral office, of course, in the use of that on a woman, gay. I don't understand that. Now, okay, let's talk about like lesbians, because I was thinking about this earlier today, about lesbians. Like, let's say you are a woman, and your quote-unquote girlfriend is totally butch. And I mean like really butch. Really, really butch. She dresses like a man. She's got short hair like a man. she's got everything like a man. She's tough. Who has seen the Dave Chappelle YouTube reel or or it could be the TikTok reel, which he shows him basically being threatened by a woman who's protecting her woman, and she thinks that Dave Chappelle is hitting on her girlfriend. That's what this is. You take a binary thing and turn it into a subjective matter. Humans are categorized into male or female, liking on or the one or the other puts you in a caste of gay or straight. There is no male femininity. No, there is no male femininity, but men can act in a feminine way that men can find attractive. Butch women are still women, but that woman who is with another woman, and that's her boyfriend, her girlfriend, whatever. She might just be into his butchness. She's still a woman, but she's into the butchness. And that's the problem with the world today. The men aren't manly enough and the women are too manly. I guess this is what Jedster says. He says, I guess there's an argument for that. Women are becoming so masculine that troons are filling the void. Yes, exactly. I've said this. I said this to Joodles. Is that some of these men are smart enough. They want attention. Everybody wants attention. And they think to themselves, I want this man's attention. The troon is gay. The troon is gay. And he's thinking, if I act like a woman, if I act like a woman, this guy's going to like me and I'm going to be able to touch this man's body because I like men and he's going to do things to me that I want a man to do. That is gay. That is gay. Okay? But is the guy who does it to a troon, a trans person, whatever word you want to use, is that guy gay? I don't think it is, or might not be gay. There is no male femininity, but men can act in a feminine way that men find attractive. Yeah, you can find that hard to understand, but it's true. Yes, a man could dress up as a woman with long hair, maybe. Maybe he's got nice hair. Maybe he's got nice boobs. Maybe he's taken steroids. Maybe he's not as hairy as he used to be. Maybe his penis has gotten smaller. But yes, and men can find that attractive. Lewis is a gamp. Okay, female-like behavior is a characteristic, doesn't take or give anything to the gender aspect of one. We don't use the word gender because gender's like bullshit. And usually an indicator of one is gay. You cannot amalgamate gender and character. Yes, you can. Character and gender are the same thing. Personality. There's a billion genders. There's no such thing as a gender. The fact is that a lot of men like what is perceived to be feminized behavior. Please touch me. Okay. Yes, men. Yeah, that's what men like, and they're not getting it from women. They're not getting femininity, enough femininity from women, and so they might meet a guy who dresses up as a girl, and it hits a certain nerve. It's like me. I got like 3 or 4 huge plastic blow-up dolls in the house. Why do I like them? I know that they're made out of plastic and polystyrene and stuff like that. But they hit the nerve in my brain. Lewis is attracted to men in dresses, if they're camp enough, Chartel, but he's calling camp femininity. Yes, yeah, call it femininity, yes, where they're nice to me, where they're pleasant to me, where they're pleasant to me. What is wrong with that? So what's your thoughts on bisexual women, Lewis? Well, you see women are unbelievable. Women are not as visually oriented as men, except they like tall men and they like tall women. I was watching that thing, I think it's Jubilee or something like that, where they had like five women and they asked the women to rate themselves, and the tallest women, the five of them believe was the most attractive, the tallest one, because that's important to women. So if you're tall, it's important. Some men like tomboy females. Some women like men with flowing locks and mascara. Yes, they do. I'm not saying this is an explanation for homosexuality, for lesbianism, or anything like that. I'm just saying men who are willing to F a steroid loaded, estrogen packed man may not be exactly gay the way we think of gay, but a man who is willing to kiss a hairy, bearded bear of a man is gay. Use plastic blow-up dolls. In fact, I made that up. I don't have any dolls in the house, but I know how men could be. They like a shape. They like who remembers seeing Benny Hill. He did the thing where he was like he zeroed in on a woman's boobs, and they were like, and he was like so into them and the woman's boobs, and then they zoom out and they were really the butt of the woman, because it's a shape. It's a shape that's imprinted in our brain. Okay. A guy work like a girl who was big, appeared slightly butch, played rugby. He could hardly keep up with her desire for sex. A guy, can you rewrite that, Fontenay? A guy work like a girl. A guy work like you got to rewrite that. Anyway, Paulie Howard says this. Most generations have youth culture where young men have more feminine vibe, like long hair, to be less threatening as a first partner for young women. Yes, that's true. Yeah, okay, so women also like a certain type, and that's what I'm saying. Do you remember that Benny Hill thing? Claire is here. Good to see you. Chartel says, it's been... Okay. Sorry, a guy at work. So a guy at work liked a girl who was big, appeared butch, played rugby. Okay? He could hardly keep up with her desire for sex. Yes, okay. Well, I don't know what that means exactly. That guy is not gay exactly. I mean, men like different kinds of things. They like different kinds of things. Men like different kinds of things. And what I'm saying is, and the reason why a lot of people, or maybe one person, let's call her Judels, got really upset with me about this situation. Why would you get so upset? Because I'm saying that women today, and I'm not saying this about Judels because she is extremely feminine, but a lot of men today are not getting enough femininity in people, and they're also maybe they just find it easier to go out with a guy who's smelling like a woman, because they know they're maybe aren't going to be as picky as women. Women can be very picky because they've been told, well, they know they can't have sex with everybody they want to have sex with, while men want to have sex with everybody that they want to have sex with. Okay. That man is not gay exactly, not gay at all. If it was a woman. No, exactly. So I don't know what the point is, Carrie B. What does that mean, Mr. Cuff? I'm not attracted. Okay. Carrie B says, I'm not attracted to butch women. I'm attracted to a tall, chunky men. Okay, so you're not. I mean, people are very more flexible than you think they are. Oh my God, have you been yelling again, Jews? She's basically saying that I am allowing perversity. And I'm not allowing, it's not about even perversity. It's allowing about what goes on in a man's head. What goes on? What does a man want? I know what boys want. I know they want me. You know that song? Benny Hill recycled his sketches many times. One where someone was stood in front of the toilet sign was his favorite, but now someone going in the wrong toilet would not work. Yeah. He was loved in America for a period of time. I can get on board with your theory, Lewis. Thank you, Kermit. I know a girl who would not describe herself as a lesbian and has fought off many girls as would-be suitors, but she did go out with boyish lesbians. Yes, that's my point. That's my point. But probably if a man came in that was a bit stronger and a bit richer and a bit more manly, she would go out with that guy. I'm quoting what you said, and it's confused you, Lewis. No, I don't think I'm being confused. Maybe it's not a good explanation. You read the review about me yesterday. I'm a comic genius, chaos, comic genius. No, I'm not. You should read what you said about what I said. You're saying that I'm a gatter because I like whatever it is. I like girls. I like femininity. And if you're a girl and you come at me with femininity, it can explode my brain. So if a guy comes at me and he has a certain way, it will explode my brain. Okay, evening all. Caroline Cooper. I meant, although she was slightly butch in appearance, she was all woman underneath. Yes. Possibly all women. Yeah, we've all had girls like that. I personally, I don't know if I can say what I'm going to say. I don't know, because I don't know if it's true. Okay. Men will F anything. That's also part number 2. They will F anything. And they will have, it's like if you're in prison, you'll have gay sex in prison. That doesn't mean you're gay. Doesn't mean you're gay. I don't know. Men, it's because there's other things that people bring to a relationship. Lewis, how many fleshlights or sex dolls do you have? Alex asks. I don't have any. If you'd like to make a contribution to Lewis Schaffer, I'll go at him. No. How many people judge? That's why people still hide their sexuality to this day. Because there are people like Joodles. I don't want to say anything bad about Joodles, but she's like trying to shame people by saying, oh, you're gay. Because, you had sex with a guy who once had a pee-pee. I will come at you with femininity, Lewis. Thank you, Claire. There you go. Claire's right on the money here. Shortell says a typo. Have you rolled up? Are you going to the SHOP? What are you going to bring back?
Nothing for you. You're going to a party where you're going to eat all that food. What you're going to do. How much did you eat last night? Have you told them about your fuck up?
I did tell him that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big mess up when I mentioned it here. Have you rolled up a towel and put a sock over it to make your own fleshlight? I don't know. That's an English word. What is a fleshlight? I like women.
Who said that to you?
Somebody said that. What does that mean? What is a fleshlight?
That's a disgusting, dirty mind right there.
Alex, the producer, calls you a disgusting, dirty mind. You are a disgusting, dirty mind. You like women. I'm not allowed to say, oh, I like girls. I'm old school. I don't think of girls as girls. I think of girls as all women are girls to me. That's what makes them attractive, that they're girls. You have enough clothes on. I don't think you do. It's very cold. Make sure you take a hat. Men have a higher sex drive put on earth to procreate. Facts. And women aren't put on earth to procreate? Women don't think about that? Yes, they do think about it. Except they've been told by their society that it's more important to make money. Okay. But I have a theory that boyish lesbians, or wish they were boys, actually harbor the worst attributes of men. They are more predatory and act like men might have 50 years ago. That's also possibly true. That's possibly true. But they also, yeah, because they want to, that, yeah, because they want to get girls. So what do they do to get girls? They act like men. But I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the women who like those men. Those women. The women who like those men, those women who are pretend. You have gloves.
I need gloves.
Yes, you do. It's freezing, Columbus.
There we go, my hands like that.
What are you going to bring back? What could you bring back?
Going out. You're not getting anything.
I'm going out later, but I'm going to be hungry when I get back.
How about you save yourself and then you can go?
Yeah, I weigh 76.6.
No one gives a fuck.
I'm bisexual and proud. Don't fancy everyone I see, though. Yeah, it just means you're flexible. You're flexible. There's massive difference between sexuality and fetish. Nobody is shaming anyone. Yes, you called me gay because I said there's a reason why I could see, because I said that I don't think that a man who has sex or finds a man who dresses as a woman gay or totally gay. Okay? There are massive differences between sexuality and fetish. Nobody is shaming anyone for being gay. But the fact you're attempting to redefine what that means is massively homophobic. And now you're shaming me. This is so ridiculous. Why are you shaming me, Joodles? This is what people do. They just shame. I'm not homophobic. It has nothing to do with homophobia. It's just not particularly gay. If a man is gay, right, he finds hairy, balding men with muscles attractive. That's just a fact. If he's going out with a man who looks like a woman, that's less gay. I think that there's a fact there. I sound like an absolute bore, but there's much more to meeting someone than just visual attractiveness. Sense of humor is much more attractive. Well, because you're a woman. You're a woman, and women believe that. But I'm talking about I know I'm trying to stick to this thing because I want you to agree with me, Darklands. But I'm talking about men. About men. I think my analysis is brilliant, and I'm going to stick by it. Yes, agreed. Mr. Cuff is talking to Darklands, but I'm not sexually attracted to men who have a good sense of humor. That's 100% right, Mr. Cuff. Mr. Cuff says he's not attracted to men who have a good sense of humor. Exactly. But women can be. And that's the difference between men and women. That's another point that I've made frequently. Women love a man who can make them laugh. And you know what makes a woman laugh? A man with money. That's my old joke. It's a Lewis Schaffer joke. Lewis Schaffer. We are all a little bit gay. We can do gay things, but a lot of us are not, I'm not really gay. I mean, except online late at night when I'm lonely. Okay. I find that everyone has the looks, Gnome Hunter says. Anyone struggling to meet somebody interesting is just picky. Yes, probably true. The issue is most people are silly or stupid, to be harsh. Most people are silly or stupid, to be harsh. Yeah, possibly true. Possibly true. I don't like hairy men. Yuck. Well, then you don't like men because men are hairy. What do you consider hairy? Men are hairy, generally speaking. They're less hairy now. Less gay, like 17%. I mean, yes, like 17%. I should never have said that. You know too much about me. Lewis certainly is. Okay. 17% of them. I'm gay, 17%. Joodles comes in and says, Lewis, if a man is attracted to a man, he is gay or bi. You insist on this, and I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. The fact is, the man is dressed as a woman makes him no less of a man. Yes, it doesn't, but that's not what the first man is noticing. He's noticing the perfume, the way the man talks, the attitude. So are you attempting to redefine the word? Then that's disgraceful. No, I am not. I am not. I'm saying that if a man, men, you can be attracted to lots of different things. It's like being attracted to a sense of humor. It's like a man, it's like over time, you can be attracted to lots and lots of different things. Lots of different things. And women have a certain thing way more than men have. They call that thing femininity. Lewis, why do you fat shame people? Why is that okay? I fat shame people because it's the same for men and women, because fat is unhealthy and it's generally unattractive, Carrie B. That's why I fat shame people. Somebody should have fat shamed me. You should have saw what I looked like. I was disgusting. I was disgusting. And I was unhealthy. I had type 2 diabetes. I had sleep apnea. I had arthritis. I had gout, which is an arthritis. I had psoriasis. I had tremendous dandruff. Horrible, horrible things. So it's not the same thing. If a man wants a woman to do him with a strap on, is that gay? That is gay. That is gay. That's a bit gay. I would say Maltese Phil. Do you think that that's gay, Maltese Phil? If a man, I'm asking, let's ask everybody here. If a man wants a woman to do him with a strap on, is that gay? I think that is gay. That is gay. Get ready for him to start yelling since you got him cornered now. I could be cornered. I could be wrong. I might be wrong about this. It's just my theory. I love hairy men, more manly, in my opinion. Yeah, lots of women like that. Lots of women look at what women do. Do women let their hair grow? No, they don't, because men don't like that as much. They don't like hairy legs, generally speaking, or a mustache. Life is a graph, a spectrum, says MC Scott. That's not the answer to the question. I like ladies, says Ludd. I love women, says Ludd. But I do have gay tastes, I think. I like clothes and stuff like that. Not really into sports. Does that make a fruit does that make him a fruit? No. Maybe you're 12% gay, or maybe you're 28% gay. Like Lewis Schaffer, but it doesn't matter. If you're having sex with women, okay. Is it too early to drink? Okay, 41. Okay, oh my God, we've fallen really behind on the thing here. We've fallen behind. Don't write anything yet. Don't write anything yet. You think I'm more gay because of what I've said. When I look at somebody, I have two friends. One friend, he has a trans girlfriend. And I know him back in New York. We were in, he used to go off to go to prostitutes. He loves women enough to pay them for sex. I don't. But he has to see women and have sex with them and pay them. I like hairy men, says Caroline Cooper. Not so keen on men with perfectly plucked eyebrows. Yeah. Okay, you're not gay. Labels, in the end, are of limited use, says Paul Howard. There's only behavior and desires. We are not nouns. We are verbs. Yes, and verbs are constantly changing. You could be gay 1 minute and gay not the minute. Fresh Coconuts is here. They fat shame people in Japan, and Japan doesn't have any fat people. Exactly right. And maybe Lewis Schaffer has a little Japanese in him, or wants to. I believe in fat shaming. I weigh 76.9 kilograms. I'm in the 76. When we started this whole thing, I was like 81, if you remember. Are you keeping track of this? You're not keeping track of my weight. Maybe Lewis, this is Gnome Hunter, maybe Gnome Hunter is talking to Joodles. Maybe Lewis wants to look fab in a dress and knee-high boots, and he is trying to ease us into it. Maybe he is coming out. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I just realize, you know, it's because I think what it is I'm realizing, I look at women and I'm realizing what I like in women. I'm more flexible than I used to be. I'm not as picky as I used to be. But I like a feminine, girly girl. That's what I want. I want a girly girl. Chartel says, not all people can help fat. Lots of meds affect weight. Scientific facts. Well, stop taking meds. I was watching Donald Trump today talking about meds. I'm against all meds. All meds. Every single one. I'm against it. I'm against all meds. So stop taking meds. Who said strap-on? Strap-on's funny. It's gay. It's gay. If I say to my girlfriend, can I pretend you're a man? That's gay. Most of the time with the women that I'm with, I'm saying, I got to pretend that you're a woman. I mean, no, because they are women. They are women. Pegging is mega gay. You are just substituting the man with the woman with a plastic rooster. It's mega gay. I'm with you. Yes, it's gay. That doesn't make it wrong or immoral or anything like that. And what you do behind closed doors, I think, let's keep it all a secret. Yeah, Lewis Schaffer having sex with somebody. Would that be a hell of a photo for the stream? I'd like to see it. Do you want to see what it looks like? I can't put it up here. I'm so afraid of being oh, wait a second. I am demonetized. No, Phil, it's not gay. She's a woman, and a man's G-spots are up their ass. This is what Judel says. I don't believe that. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I've never had anything. I don't know. Is that true? I would say, I don't know if that's true. I don't think that that's true, Judels. Can anybody argue that point about where is a man's G-spots, Lewis? So it's okay to fat shame. Very hypocritical. No, it isn't. It isn't. This is not about homo. Also, you should gay shame people too, because we need people to be married and make women happy and have sex with women and have lots of children to fight off the invaders who are invading this country. So that's why homosexuality should be shamed. It should be shamed. I mean, it's fun, and it makes, the more you shame it, the more fun it makes it. Carrie B. The fact is that anybody who's upset about fat shaming realizes that they would like to lose weight, and it's very hard to lose weight. It's very hard to lose weight. Okay, what are we doing? Oh my God, I've made men dress up as women, Chartel says. Yeah, that can be fun too. Being gay is fun. And, and pretending you're something else is fun. It's all fun, but it should be done secretly behind closed doors in my apartment with me. My nickname is Kinky. Leave it there. You need naked snow angels. You think naked snow angels is wild. That's funny. You're kinky. Okay, I'm going to make a note. Chartel 77. I'm getting kinkier as I get older. I've had enough problem tracking my own weight, let alone anyone else's. I'm not tracking anybody else's, but I appreciate. I know maybe you talk about me. I'm not that hairy, says Lud, but I do wear my chest wig when I'm down the club Saturday night. Okay, that's funny, Lud. That's very funny. I've been out with men who want me to have anal sex with them. And I have said, we will give you anal sex first. And he says, but I'm not gay. The hypocrisy. That's interesting. That's an interesting point, Carrie B. Maybe, I don't know. So you are saying that men have to want a penis in their butt. And that's equivalent. Well, anal sex is wrong. I mean, let's be honest. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not meant to happen. But it is kinky and it's freaky. But it is... I'm not saying I'm against it, because that would be hypocritical. But no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It's not that anal sex is gay. It's not that you're saying that men should want anal sex before, whatever. Okay. Joodle says, I don't know, I'm just talking to Joodles, because let's just talk around Lewis. I don't know Lewis. I don't know about Lewis, laugh out loud, but the pegging thing is indeed a tricky one. But it appears more gay to me. Not like I have any experience either knowing it either way. Well, is that what it's called? Is like a woman putting a strap on. Is that called pegging? MC Scott says, I've dressed up as a man and served the public at our local casino twice and enjoyed it each time. Once properly, the other time draggy. Yeah, it's fun. Because you know what it is? Men don't get any attention, but they dress up as a woman and they suddenly get attention, and even women pay a lot of attention to them. And that's what men don't get enough attention. They don't get enough attention from women, especially. Getting pegged apparently increases the pleasure for a man when he climaxes, especially. Okay, that might be true, Alex. I don't know. Is that true? Woman, I'm sorry, dressed as a woman. That's what I got that. I don't know what I saw that. I'm sorry to let you down, but it's a hard pass. I'd rather keep my dignity. Alex, what is that? Getting pegged apparently increases. I mean, how can it make a woman happy except to see whatever she's seeing in the man? It's not affecting, it's not her penis. You know, it's a plastic thing. Japan has a new regime, according to Paulie Howard. They're kicking out foreigners. You know what? Yeah. Yes. It seems like they've let in a few foreigners, and the place has gotten so dirty and so unsafe. And I was walking through Lewisham today, through Broccoli, and the place is a pigsty. And we got to be careful of it. Not with the people, and maybe with the people, but the rubbish. I'm an aging tomboy at heart. God only knows what I've been labeled as a youngster today. Yeah, well, they would say you got to be LGBTQ plus, whatever it is. You got to be queer. You got to be something else. When you could just be yourself. You could be, why do you have to only pick those? There's two sexes and there's a million genders. Lewis Schaffer having sex with Bulent Ursoy. We saw the picture yesterday, Alex. We saw the picture. And the fact that that's in Turkey, which is, is quite, I'd like to go to Turkey. It seems like a very weird place. The reason I would never sleep with a sex worker is because it would be like paying someone to go to a football match. It's like paying someone to go to a football match with you. I could never make it work, and two men are biologically supposed to earn sex. If to hand over money, I am not earning it. I don't know what you're getting at there. The fact is, all women do not love you. They might think that they love you, but you have to give women stuff. It's not like occasionally they'll look at you and they'll think, oh my God, you are so hot. But most of the time, it's like me being here and being on stage and whatever, being on TV and giving, women are not like men. They want stuff. I don't know what you mean there. Okay? They want stuff, whether you pay them 100 or 200, whatever it is, pounds now, or whether you buy them a house later and send them child support and never get to see your kids. Whatever it is, you got to pay. A man has to pay for sex. You know, you have to pay for sex. You either pay for sex or you beg for sex. That was the joke that I used to. I don't even know how that joke works, but that's basically the joke. That's basically the joke. That's basically the joke. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Okay, what am I doing? If you're going to say, oh my God, I skipped. I've lost the thread. I don't know what happened. I've lost the thread. Everybody, I might have to skip. This is the most interesting thread that we have had in so long. I'm going to have to look at the thread. While I'm looking at the thread, everybody, can we make sure we still have all the old people here. Lewis Schaffer, make sure we're on Twitter. Make sure we're on Discord. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's the alarm button. It's free. Just say, alert me when any messages come. And like the thing. Let me just see how many people. I've lost the thread because I was really, really interested in what we were saying. I was really interested in what we were saying. Okay. 16 people have liked it, and we're up to because we've been here for an hour. 16 people. Can you like the thread, everybody? Shortell, Carrie B, please. Even if you don't like it, just like it and tell me that you like it. Is okay. Let me just get back on track. Oh my God, I don't know what happened here. What happened to here? Oh my God, I've lost the thread. I've lost where I am. I'm missing people saying amazing things. Amazing things. And you know what's good about this is I know you guys a little bit, not completely. I try not to pay attention to you. But I know who's reasonable, who's not reasonable. I know when people who are reasonable are not being reasonable. And I know when people who are unreasonable are being reasonable. Okay? I'm going to skip to the top here. Rubbish, Lewis. Respect is what women want. Yeah, they want respect. Well, that's what they were saying that about men. That's what men want. Men want respect. Men want respect. Alistair Hilton was doing a photo shoot in Lewisham today. Do you know him? No, I don't know who Alistair Hilton is. I never heard of that. That's Lewisham. It was mostly in the council flat gardens, like the part along the road with the bushes there. Filthy. And in the streets too. And people throw their tissues right out of the car onto the street. Right? They just don't even put it in a rubbish bin. And you shouldn't blow your nose either. Could the producer link me to one of your name plaques, please, Lewis? Like you just can buy one. This is whatever it is. You go into a shop. What's going on here? Well, you don't need it. You could just do it like that. You could do it like that. Every time you say like, I hit dislike. Yeah, that's the way it is. People are like that. I mean, I'm not asking for much, really. I do ask a lot. You know, I'm not a salesman. I know I'm a Jew and everything. I'm a Jew, but I'm not successful. I'm not successful at asking for money, for making money. Do you have to be called Lewis to live at Lewisham? Okay, that's funny. I mean, I've heard it before, but it's funny. I heard something similar to it, but funny. The range, sell them. What is the range? Who are you talking to? Shortell, who's kinky? Shortell is kinky. Are you kinky, Shortell? Are you kinky? You say you're kinky, but we don't know if you're kinky. What's going on here? Hold on a second. Hold on. There we go. I mean, we're doing quite well. We're doing not prostrate stimulation, prostate carry B. Prostrate, when you're lying prostrate, I guess you're out like that. Prostate is what is the thing that's around the penis that creates the fluid that pushes the sperm out, whatever, that carries the sperm. Lewis. Did Lewis disagree with you all through this stream, hon? Yes, I disagree with her. That's the problem with Judel. She does know it all. She's always coming in with stuff. But she's wrong about this. She's really obsessed. She thought I was saying it's okay to be a trans person. I think it's not okay to be a trans person in real life. It's behind closed doors. It's like being gay. It's good to be gay behind closed doors. It'd be so much more fun for people. Doctors in the UK, according to Fresh Coconuts, used to talk couples out of doing anal sex due to the risks involved, but due to the... Hold on a second. What's going on here? Due to the risks involved, but due to the influence of LGBT acceptance, it's not only discouraged between straight couples, but encouraged. I would never shame anyone who does it, but they should at least know the risks. Yes, there are risks. There are risks to this thing. There are risks. Basically, it can't be good. Poo is bad. Poo is bad. But if you love somebody and if they're your wife or something and you share the same kind of germs, it's probably not that bad. It's probably not that bad. Prostrate stimulation. Okay. I've lost control of this stream. Judels, just tell him sorry. No, she doesn't need to say sorry. This is the thing about Judels. I love Judels. I do. And I don't know. She gets really angry at me, but then she thinks she's not getting angry at me. And I don't think she's getting angry at me. But she is very, very... Lewis, say sorry to Judels. I'm not going to say I'm sorry to Judels. I will say that I love Judels. But Judels is wrong about what I'm saying. And if she listened to what I'm saying, she really listened, she would see that I'm not being pro-trans in this issue. I'm just saying that men have a shortage of femininity. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for femininity in women. Again, you're putting words in my mouth that I never said. I object to you redefining words. We all know the meaning of. No, you don't know that. I'm not redefining words. I'm saying that a man who wants to be with femininity is not gay. A man who wants to be with masculinity, that is gay. That is gay. So I'm not going to apologize to Judels. But I will say this. I'll say it again and again and again. I say it again and again and again. Judels, we as a group, if we are a group, are so lucky to have Judels here. We're really lucky. She has a certain way of thinking, which is brilliant. She's not always right, but she's brilliant. Lewis, do you mean men need sex, but some desperate ones will go for trans? I will say that's as close as what I believe. Yes. Or men are just attracted to femininity. And sometimes a man is faking femininity. And they just like femininity so much they'll go for it. And then maybe they like the idea that this is a man and not some crazy woman screaming at them. Alex, so I agree with that. Yes. Alex, yes. There's your super sappy already, Gnome. What did I say? What's super sappy? Here we go. Johnny Solstice is a fine poet, and there's some poets on this subject. So, okay. Do you know Johnny? Do I know Johnny? Have I met Johnny before in real life? There's Ruben. Why does Ruben have like two names that he uses? Do you carry your phone with you on the way to the bathroom? Oh, let me show you what I found in the street today. These look a bit fake, but they look real. I found Adidas. Look at these beautiful sneakers. Look at the trainers. If anybody wants, I'm going to put this up. I don't even know how much this is. I think this could be, so you can get a pair of nice trainers. I've washed them. Okay. And here's another. Those are Adidas. These are Fila trainers. Look at how nice they are. They're really nice trainers. I mean, look at the bottom. They're almost new. Let's hope the producer brought back some food for me. I'm not hungry, but I am a bit bored. And here is, I don't know why these have dark things, but this is a Rekka. Are these nice shoes? Look at how nice they are. Can you see that? What did you get? After what? Okay. I got these things. You could go to Nunhead Man. Go to Nunhead Man on Vinted. Have you all been there? Nunhead Man on Vinted. And you can see the stuff. Some of the stuff is so cheap. Some of this stuff is really, really cheap. Is really, really cheap. Let's see. How many people? Okay, we've got 20 people liking the stream. Can we like the stream, Carrie B? Joodles. Can we like the stream? Chartel Lewis. I just chucked out 2 black sacks of designer clothes. Should have called you. You could have vinted them. Yeah, or you could have vinted them. It's so easy to vint it. But yeah, you want to bring over clothes, you can. But just don't forget that you said that you were kinky. Well, anybody who comes would hang out with Lewis Schaffer. There's got to be something wrong with you. But thank you very much, Chartel, for thinking about me. Go to Vinted. Go to Vinted and go to Nunhead Man, one word, Nunhead, Nunhead Man. The problem as I see it, says Kermit, who always has something very interesting to say, is that sexuality is a spectrum, okay? But that has been hijacked by the trans bullshit ideology, so we don't like to think it anymore. Forced acceptance has turned us against it. That's true, but we can also look at it and think, what have the trans people done? They've stolen femininity in order to get men to like them. I prefer authenticity. I prefer a real woman rather than, but would you rather have a real ugly woman or a fake beautiful man woman? That's another question. But you are right about that, Kermit. What was lost in a pub? What? Claire is speaking to Paul Yoward. Don't throw out any clothes. I mean, just don't throw it out. Let people take it or whatever. Let people sell it. They still had price tags. Claire is right. Claire is the one who suggested going onto Vinted for me, and it's really been brilliant. So I thank you, Claire, for that. And short, it's been a joy for me. Is it a money maker? No, but it's something to watch. It gives me something to check on. I like it. Carrie B, I live near Charlton. I once owned a couple of houses there many moons ago. Charlton, yes. Remember the movie that was filmed in Charlton? In Marion Park. What was it called? Antonioni's Blow Up. Do you remember that movie? What a great movie that was. That was one of the most amazing movies I saw in America. What are your thoughts on Labour voters refusing to allow chlorinated chicken to be sold in the UK, despite the fact that most vegetables are chlorinated? I personally think it's communism, as they want to protect chicken farms in the UK. That's not exactly communism. It's not exactly communism. It's a bit hypocritical. But, I mean, I don't think you should eat any chicken at all. Don't eat any chicken. Don't eat any chicken. We shouldn't, you know what I mean? I eat chicken, but you shouldn't. It's not the best food. It's the best. It's better than plant food, but it's not the best. It's not the best food. Yeah, I could have sold them for you. I made over 1,000 pounds, X, says Claire. Yes, I'm gonna make tons and tons of money, and I'm gonna put the money aside and save it for when emergency money. Neither, Lewis. This is McCuff. If I find a woman unattractive, I won't sleep with her. I definitely wouldn't sleep with a bloke that's dressed like a woman. Yes, exactly right. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither. Personally, I'd rather sleep with an ugly woman. But I don't think that women, I mean, there are ugly women, but you got to find beauty in everything. And eventually, that's what I did. I was very picky, and now I'm not as picky. Lewis prefers real women with ginormous. Well, Jedster, that's true. That was my best joke. The kind of woman that I like is really hard to find. I like women with really big boobs and a huge. That was my joke. It's not the chlorine itself, says Jedster. Okay, but the fact that farming practices are less safe to allow them to be able to clean the chickens up before it is sold. Our farmers have to produce better chickens. They do. That's why there's no chlorine. They produce cleaner chicken. That's the difference. In America, they don't care how dirty your chicken is as long as you coat it with chlorine. In this country, they won't allow you to coat it with chlorine, so you have to keep it cleaner. But the truth is, I don't believe in germs anymore. Thank you for mentioning this. I was out yesterday. You know I was out to my fake party, which didn't happen. I was 24 hours earlier. Chlorinate is just washing it in water like we have here, Paulie Howard. You're probably true. But there was a box of pizza that someone had left at the bus stop over at Aldwych. And I had a slice that had been left out in the box of pizza. I'm dirty. I'm a dirty, dirty man. That's the kinkiest thing about me. Not the sex part, but the fact that I stop being clean. I go around and I pick up stuff with my hands, my dirty, dirty hands. Nothing new under the sun, like his crazy, crazy Americanisms. Did you eat already?
Some donuts for you.
Why did you get donuts, Columbus? I'm trying to be low carb.
You said that every day, and then you go on to eat like tons of bread.
Yes, and that's wrong, because it's really hard not to say no. It's like girls. They're horrible, but you can't say no to them. It's like Joodles. She's so horrible, but she's so attractive. She's so horrible. Lilith is here, who I've been told is a man, but are you a man or a woman? We didn't have a fake party. I was just there 24 hours early to the party. Okay. If you get stubble bum from kissing a woman, you need to ask yourself questions. Yeah, but sometimes you get stubble bum from women who are women who have full-on vaginas, whatever. Claire says hello to Lilith. Oh my God, Columbus got me donuts. He got a donut. That's so bad. Donuts are the worst. I would say they are maybe the worst foods. They have like no protein. They're sugar and really bad animal fat, and not really bad plant fat. They're really bad. Wow, a secondhand pizza. You are a Hollywood star, for fuck's sake. Yes, it was a cold pizza. It was a cold pizza, says Paul. Yeah, it was disgusting. I was embarrassed as I was eating it, but tasted all right. But it was pizza, and I shouldn't eat pizza. And then I woke up this morning, I was 100 grams fatter. But I'm still at 76. Lewis, is that true about the pizza, Chartel? Yes, it is true about the pizza. I find food, and I eat it. I'm a foodaholic. Sorry, Chartel. I shouldn't tell you girls that. because germs are good and children benefit from the exposure to germs. Thank you, Fresh Coconut. I agree with you. Shaking hands with a child is more dangerous than licking a toilet bowl. We need to be okay with germs. They help build our immune systems. Yes, I'm not even sure I believe in the concept of an immune system. There is no immune system. There's all different kinds of immunity that we have, whether we call it a... Should I turn the light off? What do you think? What do you think? You put this here. I mean, immune system. We can get away with eating germs. You got the donuts. What donuts do you like? Lilith is totally a girl. Is she totally a girl? Okay, well, there you go. Be careful. You don't want me to be like having a crush on you. You don't want me to. Lewis, I'm dying here, Chantel. What are you dying over? Step away from the donuts, Lewis. Thank you, Claire. Can I have half of a donut? Can I have had half? I went and I bought a baguette, 125 grams of a baguette, which I put in the oven to cook. I mean, we don't have to worry about germs. You're hot. Thank you, Claire. I'm hot in any lights. What's your address, Lewis? And I'll send you food now. Okay. Well, if you send me a message, Chantel, on Twitter, I will give you my address and you can send me food. You can send me food. A lot of I got sent some lasagna the other day. And it was so lovely, but it was like, what do you want to make me fat? Why would you send me lasagna? Don't send me lasagna. But it was an act of love. It was an act of love. It was lovely. It was lovely. I knew a therapist in Leeds. He always got people to lick a toilet seat and drink from a flush toilet. I think he may have been a wrong'un. Paul Yoward said, yeah, maybe that's too much. You shouldn't drink out of a toilet bowl, and you shouldn't lick a toilet seat. But I'm not as obsessed. Lewis Schaffer, Uncooked, best served with alcohol. Well, I did have a couple of glasses of wine yesterday too. I think I had 3 glasses, 375, half a bottle. I had half a bottle of wine. I don't usually drink that much. I knew the proper lentil chips, Alex says. I love custard. Who doesn't love custard donuts, Lilith? Everyone does. We all love custard donuts. So if you want to get in contact with me, you could send me a message on Twitter. On Twitter. Or you could send me a message on Discord. Not that I look on Discord, but I might look on Discord in the future. Anyone for my Daphne-foise potatoes I made early. Isn't that's like potatoes au gratin? That's also delicious, Carrie B, but it's very fattening. It's very, very fattening. I say stay away from the Daphne. I think that's what it is. Lewis, deny your high blood pressure and your carnivorous diet, which is BS, by the way, and you'll eventually cause major kidney problems unless treated properly. Yeah, maybe you're right. You're right. I mean, you're right. I mean, I've had kidney problems for over 17 years. Krispy Kreme are the best donuts, lemon and Nutella ones. I have not had Krispy Kreme donuts in many years because they're so expensive. They're absolutely so expensive, but they are delicious, Chantel. They are. You should attend your own Discord more often, Lewis, says Ruben. I should do that. I should. I tell you guys to do it. Also, you know what it is? Go to Ko-fi and buy the stream a drink, which is buy me a drink. But buy the stream a drink to keep the stream going. It's still a lot. I mean, it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Actually, I was told that this is like a rune quest, Dragons and Dungeons, or Dungeons and Dragons show. My OCD doesn't allow me to become a wine drinker, as there is way too much choice, so many flavors, colors. You stick with whiskey on the rocks. It's really good for cleaning your teeth. Could be, yeah. If you eat the right food, you don't need to clean your teeth. You don't need to clean your teeth. Is Lilith a girl? You're not the girl. What is Lilith a girl? Did I miss that here? Well, I put bleach on yours, but you know, bleach is also not. Bleach is chlorine. That's what bleach is. Julian's worried about my carnivorous diet and my high blood pressure. Well, let me go. Let me go measure my blood pressure. Wait right there. Everybody, don't write too much stuff because I'm going into the other room. Oh my God, I think we're just 2 minutes behind. I'm gonna do my blood pressure. I'm gonna do the blood pressure. Best show ever. The shows are getting better and better. Not the shows. This is not a show. It's a stream. I don't know what it is, but I think it's been more interesting. You guys have become more and more interesting to me. I shouldn't say that. That sounds like I'm pandering. Skeleton from 100+ years ago always have perfect teeth with no cavities, no fillings, no missing teeth. And people back then had much higher testosterone levels. That's exactly right. You're exactly right. That's what's his name found. What's the guy's name? Okay, here we go. You ready to go? I'm not going to talk. Lilith, says No Hunter. I am inclined to believe you, but Lewis seems skeptical. Laugh out loud. What did Lilith say? Look, I am a girl. Where's the picture? Can we see a picture? Okay, don't say anything. Everybody, don't say anything because I have to focus on calmness. Sugar is the tooth killer, not just the sugar that's on the teeth. It comes from the inside. It's a form of cardiovascular disease, tooth decay. It's exactly the same. That's why they always say people with rotting teeth are more have a higher risk for heart disease. It's not that the rotting teeth causes the heart disease. It's all one disease. It's all diabetes. I believe that. That's what I believe. I'm not going to talk, Jubals. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you. Okay, everybody, Can we like the stream, please? Can we like the stream? Make me happy. Like the stream. Like the stream. We've got 34 people watching. What do you know about this 33? All right, we're almost done with our stream today. This has been entertaining. This has been entertaining. We've got 22 people who've liked the stream. Let me just say this. Only 22 people who've liked it. My blood pressure is 197 over 121. That's really high. That's really high. But they say it's the difference between the systolic and the diastolic. Let me take a picture of it. Let me thank everybody for listening. Okay, let me say thank you to everybody for listening. That's what I want to say. Thank you. Let me do it one more time. 55 beats a minute. That's very crucial. That's not good. I mean, especially when I'm told I'm going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die. That's what they say to me. I'm going to die. All right, let me just say thank you. This says 194 over 128. That's really high diastolic. That's the highest it's been in a while. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to say thank you to everybody for listening. Special thank you to Joodles. Okay. I appreciate that so much. Let's go look at the top fans here. We're going to start down at the bottom at 27, John Miller. I don't know. I think sometimes it's carried over from yesterday. Keith Bexley, 26. Ruben. God bless you, Ruben. 6 badges. Bird's Eye is 23. Dave Toby. I don't know how this happens. I don't know how that happens. A place to stand out. How are you going to leave? You need to collect experience points. Here's how. Send live messages. Send super chats. But we don't have any super chats. So send live messages. That's what this is. It's sending live messages. So let me just thank everybody here for being here. Dave Toby, brilliant. Fresh Coconuts, fantastic. Rocket League, or Rocket League, spelled wrong, but I still love you. Darklands is number 19. Caroline Cooper, look at how beautiful. Lilith, this is the girl section, number 17. Vantanai, who's a boy, I assume, but even if you're not a boy, put on a dress. Lud, 15. Claire, up to 14. Hi-ho Kermit. Caribbean is 12. Alex. Alan, Maltese Phil, drinking a pint there. Julian, very funny. Jedster, funny. Joodles is only 6. I thought you would have been higher up, but you're 6. Okay, you've been so active, which is really important, and you know my feelings for you. MC Scott, right there, and there's Chartel, 77. She's 20 years younger than I am. So young. There's okay. Mr. Cuff is number 2. And guess who number 1 is? Gnome Hunter. So a round of applause for Gnome Hunter for being number 1. A really good participation. And let me thank the rest of the people who maybe I've missed. Paul Yoward. I don't know whether he was in the list. If I did not include you, if I haven't said your name, just say, hey, what about me? What am I, chopped liver? Just write on the bottom. What about me? What am I, chopped liver? Chartel and Lilith and Carrie B. These are great players of the Lewis Schaffer kinky sex game that we're playing here. Chartel, I'll say it again. I'm going to say Joodle's name again. Mr. Cuff. Alex, brilliant. Lilith, I want to say that name over and over again. Um, let's see. Lud. Did I mention your name? Ruben. Go check out Nunhead Man, one word, on Vinted, and you can see what we're selling over there. Maybe buy something. Carrie B. Beautiful, beautiful Carrie B. Did you buy something, Carrie B? Okay, fresh coconuts. Claire. Fantastic, Claire. Gnome Hunter was number one, so he did a great job. Alan Williams, thank you very much for coming in. Alan Williams, I just can't say thank you enough. The new season of this show is amazing already. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Julian, you're right about my blood pressure. I think about it all the time. I'm going to have half of a bagel, half of a donut. I'm going to have it, and then I'm going to take the other half and throw it out. Thank you, Mr. Cuff, for saying it's the best show ever. There's 6 badges right there. Ruben. So thank you very much. Everybody, will see you tomorrow at 5. Okay? Secondhand blow-up dolls on Vinted. I don't know if I'll be allowed to sell that. I don't know. We'll see you soon. I thank you, and I'll see you. Blow me a kiss. Thank you. I'm going to blow you a kiss. Okay?